your body basically becomes collateral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The collateral, you give your labor because you don't want to go. Your collateral is your body and your labor because you don't want to go to jail.
Right. You perceived as vagrant. You can't even hang outside on the porch. You can't even
Right.
be kicking it. Like,
Right.
oh, y'all niggas out here just chilling. Oh, okay, we got something for you to do.
Yeah. And then to deal with that, and to go from slavery, Jim Crow, sharecropping, convict leasing, to the war on drugs, to mass incarceration. So what I want to say is this: the image of the black man, and I don't. Somebody's gonna feel some kind of way about it, but fuck it. The black man, we have been trying to reclaim our manhood since we got off the boat. I want to say y'all got to show me with this whole black male privilege. I don't see it. We have been institutionally boxed out from so much stuff.
Right.
We've been pretty much defined as a social pariah.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I still feel like even now we're trying to define our manhood. We have no institutional infrastructure. There is no pot that we're pulling from to compromise anybody else's reality. I feel like we're the effect. We ain't caused this. You know what I'm saying? And I want to salute to any black man that gets up every morning and goes to work. Because you should be out your fucking mind. Everything you've been against, everything your ancestors have been against, we call it epigenetics, where literally you inherit trauma. Yeah. So it's a miracle we're not all crazy out here. Some people may say we're all on the spectrum of insanity, and I agree with that to an extent. But the fact that we're still actually living and functioning,
it's just a testament. Because
everybody, you've had groups of people not only wiped out, but have gotten together and committed mass suicides.
Yeah,
but we're still here. And I remember reading this book. I can't remember the name of the book, but it was saying how when the Native, and this is not a shot at any group of people. Understand what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying. To me, it speaks to black resiliency. The fact that even in slavery, we still were having children, and we still were trying to foment family. Whereas like with natives and other groups of captured people, they kind of just allowed themselves to wither away.
Yeah, they kind of just gave in too.
Right, and which is understandable. I'm not trying to shit on nobody, so I hope y'all don't take it like that. I'm more so speaking to black resiliency.
Yeah, like we have consistently fought back,
mm-hmm.
or been strategic about how we maneuver. Like we've always had ways to stand up to. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we always set the tone when it comes to activism and making shit happen.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of folks want our narrative. They want our history, and we keep running from our history as if it's a stain. It's not. We're not the reason why. We're not the bad guys here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't the bad.
We've been trying to survive.
Right. They try to make it like black people are the bad. Like these are the folks who did it. Like.
Right.
Why are we such gung ho about us like being ashamed of what happened?
Well, I think with a lot of us, it's a respectability politics.
Yeah,
if you guys just pulled your pants up,
they don't get you nowhere. I mean, I understand,
But Henry Louis Gates didn't he almost get shot by the police?
Man, they had him in
cuffs. Was a Harvard professor.
They had him in cuffs, bro. So again, man, when they don't want nothing to do with you, they don't want nothing to do with you. It don't matter what you done did. You know what I mean? Your history is just your history.
Right.
So at the end of the day, man, don't be ashamed of it. We need that narrative because everybody else using it.
Kamala Harris.
Everybody hitting their wagons.
Kamala was trying to act like she had a Ruby Bridges experience, like she integrated some shit.
Exactly. They stealing experiences. They stealing what happened to you and making it their own. And
even with I don't like when other people try to equate or conflate their experiences and try to say it's like synonymous with the civil rights movement or the black experience.
Yeah.
I mean, especially these new marginalized groups.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no names.
Right.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
It's not the same. Like my blackness is ever present. It's easily identified. I can't hide behind a culture. I can't hide behind a subculture like I'm black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But did you have anything else you want to say about Atlanta, the show? Not really. You look like you.
I was just kind of thinking about some of the other episodes too.
Okay. Atlanta is very well rated.
It is.
Hate that this is the last season.
I like the old restitution tax.
Can you elaborate on that?
But they was like they had to get a job and just
pretty
much everything kind of evened out. Like he had more white waiters and waitresses. You know, he had more black American folk in that dining room eating at the expensive spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I also don't want that to be like the end goal of what reparations looks like.
I want it to be policy in a way for us to sustain wealth.
Right, and I also
to build it and sustain it.
Right, not just sit in a fancy dining room and they pay you a check from their little restitution tax. You know,
right.
It's bigger than that.
Okay, now
you know
I got you.
Reparations is bigger than that, and it's not gonna come through something like that. I don't want that. But I can understand the innovation of what they were trying to do. Like I get it. I fuck with that. I don't think folks really deserve a show
like Atlanta.
I
think that a learned person does.
Especially like if you been shitting on reparations. I'm talking about that particular episode.
Okay. Elaborate.
My bad. Reparations. You've been saying it's some bullshit or
which is bogus to me. To me, that's self-hate. You don't think your people deserve restitution,
right?
Or some type of.
So it's just like. Wouldn't even put pressure on white folks like that. No. You can't even do it now as far as like politics. No. Like you wouldn't even stand up to that type of oppression or that type of, pressure.
But you're not your ancestors.
Right. She out there out in the window with the megaphone, bro. Right. Like, don't nobody like that level of confrontation. Nobody want to do that. You don't deserve that. Don't be keep keying at that because you ain't doing it.
Remember one of the dudes on the show had to wear a shirt that said, I own slavery?
Yeah. Yeah, every time we talk about reparations, we talk about restitution or we talk about anything, folks shy away from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, I think a lot of it is because they don't want to look at us as people. We're not worthy of, I guess what's the word? Like some type of reprisal, like payback.
Right.
So that
we don't want to force that conversation, so you just stay away from it.
And we give billions to Israel?
Man, we give billions to everybody. Ukraine just got them a nice and we're just gonna get the same old salad, every election. Hey.
How's that Biden thing going for us?
Yeah, right.
He said we weren't black. He said we weren't black if we didn't vote for him.
Right. We got the boogeyman dynamic going on. They're already using that shit again. You know what's gonna happen if they get back in. You know what's going. They're using that whole game. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Talking about Democrats.
Right, Democrats.
Okay.
From what I heard from a popularity poll, not anything a serious scientific poll, but they said Herschel Walker. Again, do your own research.
I heard he's trying to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
In a unscientific poll, let me just
gotta clarify.
But it does say it has some weight. He losing to Herschel Walker like a popularity poll.
Stop playing.
Maybe more not.
Stop playing.
Again, unscientific. But it says
that's what I'm about to say. That says something.
Warnock got here, come on, man. Like, it's all a game. You still vote down ballot. The top of the ticket still don't deserve our vote.
Now tell us what down ballot is for those that don't know.
Basically, just vote locally for you, for people who fit your interests. Democrats, just because of the history, but you just do your research, your due diligence on each party, local official. Right. Figure out who you like, who you want to support. But we already know federally, top of the ticket has shown us they don't give a damn. So we're not even going to waste our time. We're going to focus on the local, and then we're going to continue to put pressure, you know what I mean, on the establishment as a whole. I don't believe in not voting. I do believe in...
Say that one more time. We've been accused of telling people not to vote.
I don't believe in not voting. I believe in voting. I believe in participating in the process. But we just got to be more strategic about it. You just can't be voting blue no matter who. That's how they get us.
I heard this white girl say, I vote red to keep my dollars fed or stay fed. I always thought that was so funny.
And that's their strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works for them, obviously.
And real quick, I want to give a shout out to my homie Khalifa. I had him on an episode. It was called White Folks Reparations and Warfare. And he said something. I can't remember exactly what he said off the top of my head. But my response to that was, black, politics is a gift. No, politics is not a gift, it's an exchange, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so to add on to that, I said, until we give them an economic incentive to do right by us, we're throwing rocks at the sun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is, like we just said, politics is not a gift, it's an exchange. So what collateral do we have? What economic? Because clearly, I mean, it's like what Ida B. Wells said. She said, an appeal to a white man's pocketbook did more for me than an appeal to his morals. Ida B. Wells. Shout out to Ida B. Wells. But no, bottom line is, if there's no economic, it's like, this is not about right and wrong. Yeah. This is about money. Because let's keep it a buck. With enough funding and enough promotion, with adequate funding and adequate financing, anything can become law. Something that we can think is just completely morally bankrupt, pernicious, wicked, what have you. It can come into law with the right funding and the right marketing. So this is a money game. I want people to understand. At the end of, Niccolo Machiavelli said it best. He said, politics have no relation to morals. But I think black people, we feel like our currency is morality. It's not it. But how you feel? I know I'm rambling.
Nah, you hit it for me, man. You on the head, bro. That's it, man. We talked about this before we got on camera, man. It's all about control, man.
Right.
It's all about
power.
Control. Power and control, bro. Yeah, that's it, man. Race has just been used as a lever to control that. Because race is fake. All this shit is humbug, bro.
Right. And I can say this as a nursing student. The idea, not even just a nursing student, a scientist. I'm broadening my horizons.
Right.
Race is an empty biological concept. It does not exist.
It does not exist at all, man. But it's morphed into something tangible.
Right.
It is real by just proxy, like just based on what it's doing.
Right.
Like it's a real thing.
Right.
But it ain't real,
Right. But it's the power that we've been conditioned to give it.
Like you said, it's like money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, like
that's all psychological.
Yeah.
Because you got to place a value on it. You know what I mean? So that's morphed into something that has a real effect on us. So, same thing with race, man. But we here now. Yeah. So how we gonna fix the shit? We in this now.
Right. Yeah. Anything you want to say in closing about Atlanta or this?
Man, I just, like you said, man, I would watch a whole season of episodes like that.
Yeah.
Without the main cast.
Yeah.
They fine too now. I'm just saying, like those episodes, I watch them. I just watch a whole show with just that.
But you know what? I kind of feel like it gives social and political commentary, almost like in a Twilight Zone type way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like how they play on things and are real abstract.
Yeah.
So I appreciate what Donald Glover is doing. Again, I hate that this is the last season.
Yeah.
I hope maybe somebody picks up where they left off or does a spinoff or something.
I'm interested in what to see from all of them, like just coming up individually. In their careers, yeah. So.
Well, your boy became the first openly gay superhero. Why you make that like? Listen. This ain't no shade thrown at nobody. I don't want no hate mail. I don't need nobody calling nobody. Listen, and I ain't trying to. This ain't that.
Right.
This ain't that. I'm just saying. You spoke of what you want to know what they're doing outside of it.
I'm just saying, like and
then future. Your boy Lakeith Stanfield. So he's doing his thing. Donald Glover's gonna probably drop some more music at some point and some more film. And what the girl, she was in
Zaza Beats,
she was in some movie as like a superhero, wasn't she? Deadpool, yeah, she was in something. Yeah, so that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Make it bounce. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying.
Oh shoot. But yeah, real quick, I want to address something I posted on social media. I said, I quoted somebody else actually. I said, the quote was rather, Atlanta is not Wakanda, Oh no, how is Atlanta a Wakanda when 80%, 86% of the homeless population is black? I made some people mad when I said that. I was posted that shared that quote or whatever. All I was just trying to say was, look, there's a lot of fantasy about what Atlanta is. There's a lot of fantasy about black progress here. There's a lot of fantasy about just our situation being black in America, period. But when you look at the numbers and you start really like looking at the data, how things interplay, the politics, policies that's written out, we're not winning. I mean, there may be a couple of us that may have, maybe eating like that, but a lot of people are faking it till they make it, and it's not things like there's a grandiose display, but it's empty. So I want people to understand. I was just trying to bring attention to reality. Like Dr. John Henry Clark said, I know I'll be quoting people all the time. I have an intimate love affair with reality. Not what I want it to be, not what it should be, no, what it actually is. And, the point is, Karl Marx, he said, the point is not to, historians have observed the world, however, the point is to change it. So let's look at the social dynamics that are in play and change it. Especially if we don't like it or if it's destructive or there's no equity, and I think it's interesting, like, when I talk to a lot of white people, we'll talk about basketball, we'll talk about sports, we'll talk about comedy, film, but once you start getting political, but I don't talk about stuff like that. They'll tell you about how they sleep with their wives, but they won't tell you want to have an in-depth socio-political dialogue. But anyway, anything you want to say?
Nah, that was it, bro.
This episode feels real cool ass hoteppy.
You know what I mean?
This is Mac TV, but it's real cool ass
Throwback.
Yes, sir.
Throwback.
So anything else, and that's it.
I just say, man,
you too cool, bro.
You got to explain that to these Negroes.